SeeJeanty back at it again, and it is with great pleasure that we you find us here this Sunday night, August 7th, a bit unusual time. And yes, you're seeing my pretty mug for what maybe the third time this month in a monthly period. For the simple fact, we had some issues previously with our guest, technical issues, and but now those technical issues have been solved, and that interview is going to go on as I promised. It's an interview that we've been waiting for and wanted to complete and be a part of for quite some time. So even those folks who may have are not going to be able to watch it live, don't I am happy to know that you guys will be able to watch it because of course these are always pre-recorded or recorded live, so it will be part of the record, this conversation we're about to have. And so per usual, though, it's a one-man show during these lives. So I'm going to go ahead and switch us so I can let a video play in the background so I can get the show started, so I can, get some shares out, do some technical things in the background. So we'll be back in about 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes or so. And the interview will then get started. All right, guys, we'll be right back. Boom. We are back. Welcome, 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 welcome. Sunday night. And you guys have found me here. We have an incredible episode in store for you. You're right. I'm happy to be here for a trifer. Third time in a monthly block that I get to be here. Talking to you guys. I remember when we used to do these daily. Remember that? Remember the good old days when you and I used to have this every day, every morning, bright and early, right? Bushy tail, right? we're almost getting there. So good evening. I want to say hello to everyone. I want to say a quick shout out to folks who are in the chat right now. We got Derrickson, Louis Jean, we got More Fortune, we got Arlene. What's up? We have a recession proof in the house. A lot of folks that I always good to see on a Saturday morning. I'm happy to see you guys on a Sunday night. I know it's very impromptu. Didn't necessarily announce it. But still, I don't want it to be on the record here for SeeJeanty. I just wanted to go to the top of the hour stuff real quick. Can't have our show start without the usual announcements. Nous connaissons la bien monde qui a entré dans la discussion, qui a demandé pour ça n'a fait nous va faire dans créole. Nous avons pile respect pour langage maman nous, papa nous et grand-mère nous, amis nous, cousins nous et mais simplement nous avons obligation pour nous ouvrir et la monde, les mondes ont la monde, tout le monde qui existait sur la planète là, et pour vous connaître et qui ça Haïti pour vous offrir, et qui est-ce nous et tout, et les gars haïtiens tout, qui malheureusement, créole c'est pas bien langue, malheureusement, et côté au grandi, si c'est les États-Unis, anglais c'est pas bien langage, même gars haïtiens qui grandit à France, français qui pas bien langage. Les Haïtiens qui grandissent en Chili, qui grandissent en Brésil, c'est espagnol et portugais qui langue. Et pourtant que nous faisons un bagage, un langage international pour vraiment tout le monde qui comprend. Et mais c'est parce que nous avons respect, nous avons habitude et grand monde qui mettent le cœur en bas, c'est parce que les dit tout. Enfin, j'aime nous, m'a toujours attendre les on autre plusieurs trop haïtiens qui a fait bail ça yo style éducation bail ça en langage anglais que moi-même qui a consulté sous et aspect cœur là parce que bon et la bon moi accent finalement commencer faire des solutions c'est ça on phrase m'a fait on tourne en phrase créole non? So that's why I want to give a quick pretext to why we're doing a Creole English, really just so the information can go on and everyone can understand what's going on in Haiti. And besides, Fox News, CNN, Vice News, Miami Herald, they're broadcasting who we are in English, and we need to be able to provide that deeper perspective that they're not providing. This night I contacted certain news writers in the past before. I said, hey, why don't you ever talk about anything good about our country? Not one time do you write a good article. I mean, 1 out of 20 should be something, because listen, and this woman, she writes back, she says, I'm not the minister of tourism. I have it on record. I still have it. I can show it, so I can screenshot it, send it to you guys. I'm not the minister of tourism. I'm not telling you to be a minister of tourism. I'm just saying, be fair and balanced in what you're trying to cover. You know what I'm saying? But in any case, we're not here to talk about that. But that's why we do it in English, so we can ensure that everyone understands who we are and appreciates that deeper dive. As always, the book is out. The book is out. Do remember to go check out the copy out. So far, we have a bunch of reviews. Knock on wood. Mostly 5 stars. 101 ways to make money in Haiti. Lucrative business ideas, insightful success stories, and interesting business opportunities for visionary entrepreneurs. Do check that book out. It's something I wrote really to encourage folks to know how to move forward in a very difficult business environment. Even though we have this, I just dropped episode yesterday concerning, or is it the day before? Yeah, yesterday, on how it took me a year and a half and $6,000 to create my business, my SA in Haiti. So that information is online. It doesn't cost you a thing. But nonetheless, I wanted a comprehensive guide for you guys to always be able to access. And that book is available for you, for those who wanted even more information that wasn't in that last episode. it's in there. So check it out. You can buy it on Amazon. It's available. The action group, I do encourage you guys to check out the action group. It's a fantastic space for folks who are sharing, who are trying to do different things, trying to organize, trying to impact for Haiti. It allows these conversations that we have here to continue and go on. So I encourage you guys to join the action group, be part of it, share. Because that's a way for this to continue outside of our lives. We have the private WhatsApp group. It's basically the Patreon program for us. For a monthly fee, you can plug into a group of actioneers, a group of thought provokers, a group of folks who are 30, 40 folks in there who are really encouraging me. And also I'm in there too. I'm in there. I'm fully engaged in that group. I'm part of different discussions. I'm here to provide resources and how to allow you guys to move forward and be successful. Join the WhatsApp group. And on top of that, you're helping the channel progress, because we have videographers, we have a whole team behind us. Cameras cost. In fact, I'm going to be in OCOP this coming week, shooting some awesome content, and it's really all because of the private WhatsApp group and the contributions that go on in there that allow the team to produce the content that you guys appreciate. So don't be shy. Come in there. I just dropped the link, SeeJeanty.com/private WhatsApp group, and be in there. Look forward to having. We had a great conversation today about the legacy of Duvalier and Tonton Macoutes in the channel. Very lively discussion. So, and that's always happening. And I hope to see you in there. If you're watching and you're not in there yet, HyperDistribution.com. It's what has me more stateside than Haiti side. Currently we're bringing in products from Haiti and selling them all across America, really, though we're based in South Florida, but that doesn't mean you can't get your product no matter where you are. We have links to Amazon that allow you to purchase your products from Amazon, and it's really something I'm absolutely proud of, the fact that we're adding to that push to get our products out the country. We're exporting products out. So hyperdistribution.com, do take a visit. We're always looking for new wholesalers to purchase our products. We're always looking for, if you just want to consume our products, we have from black castor oil to cassava, which is a product that's really moving and doing great things, different Haitian beverages. I mean, we're really blazing the path. And please do take a look and be a part of that. And that wraps up really what I want to talk, the top of the hour stuff. And now we can get to the meat and potatoes of why we're here on a Sunday, August 7th. Listen, our guest, and I'll just, you guys, it's already in the title. You already know Abed JL is someone who I've been aware of for a while. He's someone who's been creating media in Haiti for a bit. And he had an incredible eye. Seen some of his work even back then. I'm like, man, when are you gonna really? Because he mentioned to me too, even back when I met him, he wanted to get in that social media space and seeing the work he's done. Like, man, when are you gonna get into? When are you gonna do it, man? And I always knew it was coming. He started dropping a few things here and there, and then he's kicked it into high gear. He's kicked it into another gear, and I've certainly been a fan. He's doing things in this space that honestly is sort of like God, what's the name of the? I guess I'll wait. I'll ask him, and he'll know, because he took a course that individual was offering, and I know that's a big element in terms of how he produces and what he presents and why he's so professional, so clean as well. And I've just been waiting for the opportunity to really bring him on to SeeJeanty and really see what insights he can provide to the next generation of folks who are doing and trying to enlighten and educate. And because one of the reasons why I do what I do, quite frankly, is because I know the importance of imagery. Because I remember in school, one reason why I decided to go one career path versus another is because I didn't see anyone who looked like me in that career path. And so if we see ourselves and we can see, the path forward through imagery, the potentiality is I mean, I literally have it in my bio. We are how we see ourselves, right? And the more of us who are producing content The more of us who are able to shine light on terms of the complexities, the deepness of who we are in our culture, I'm going to always celebrate that person. I'm always going to celebrate their work. I'm always going to share their work. There's no competition here. It's only collaboration and pushing people forward. And Abed is one of those folks. So I'm not going to talk anymore. Let's get Abed on. Let's get Abed on here. Abed JL, my brother. Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute. You want to unmute yourself? You're on mute. The mute button's on.
I'm good.
Go. Yeah, I can hear you. Perfect.
Yes. Thank you for having me, and it's a pleasure to be with you and to talk about what I've been doing in Haiti for the last 5 years, and it's a pleasure, man. And to be with you, you're doing the same thing, the same kind of thing that I do, and it's a pleasure, man. Thank you.
No, thanks for being here, Abed. I appreciate you. For sure, I have a lot of questions for you, but we're going to keep this relatively tight. We got you for solid, 30, 40 minutes or so. We'll keep it tight because I know folks know my conversations go on and on. And by the way, guys, if you're watching on Instagram, do come on YouTube, SeeJeanty, and you'll see Abed face to face, and you won't just see one side of the conversation. You'll see Abed on here. Abed, first and foremost, your work has been really captivating. Your ability to storytell, your ability to capture the presence of who we are. Sort of walk us through how your process is. I want to jump right in the meat and potatoes. Walk us through how exactly you go through, you decide on locations. Walk us through, when you get there, just walk us through that process. I want to get right to that meat and potatoes before I ask the usual, fluff questions. let's talk about that.
First of all, I have a calendar, so not over the year, but each month I do a calendar where I go and what I'm going to do or what I'm supposed to do. But sometimes you do things that you were not planning on. Okay, that's what I do. That's how I work, and usually I have plans like month by month. I have a plan. I sometimes I make 2 trips during the month, but during the past few months I go mostly in the south because the south it's easier for me to go on the south to do my videos. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to north or I neglect north, but it's because the south is easier for me to go. But before I go further, I have to let your audience know that I went back to Haiti in 2017. And before that, I lived in the US for almost 15 years. And I left Haiti in 2007. And I came to US in 2007, that same year. And when I came to US, I went to Miami-Dade College. I made a bachelor's in criminal justice. Then after that, I joined the military. I joined the Navy. So in the Navy, I learned how to be a man. There was a huge change. You can be a man, but being a soldier is another thing. So that's what I learned in the military. I learned to become a soldier. And while I was in the military, when I joined the military, there was a possibility for people to join the military to become a U.S. citizen. And at that time, after I graduated from Miami-Dade College, I wanted to become a U.S. citizen just for opportunities. When you're a U.S. citizen, it's easier for you to take advantage of the country, stuff like that. And after 2 days in the military, I became a U.S. citizen. But at the time, they asked me what kind of citizenship I wanted. I told them in my mind, you know, I knew exactly what kind of citizenship I wanted, because I knew from the beginning that I was gonna return home. And I told them I wanted the dual citizenship. I picked the dual citizenship. That's how I became a dual citizen.
So
Then
you didn't renounce. You didn't renounce your Haitian citizenship. You didn't. You didn't
say it
renounce.
again.
You did not renounce being a Haitian citizen. Haitian citizen. You
That's
didn't
right.
renounce that. Yeah.
That's right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I became a dual citizen. So I kept my Haitian citizenship. Then I adopted the U.S. citizenship. Then after a while, after spending a while uh, in Atlanta and Chicago with the Navy, I went to Miami. I came down to Miami to be based in Miami, and where I was based in Miami, and I was in service. I was a reserve, but I was a reserve. Then while I was in reserve, after 5 years in the Navy, there was a new policy in the Navy. What that new policy says? It says if you are in the military, if you are in the Navy, everybody in the Navy needs to be not only U.S. citizen. No, everyone in the Navy needs to have security clearance. So, in order for you to have security clearance, you need to be a full U.S. citizen. And one day, I was in practice. I was drilling with them, and somebody called me. So, in his office, he told me I needed to become a full U.S. citizen in order to get clearance. And I thought for a few seconds. I told them I need time to think about it. I need the time to think it over. He says, "Okay, no problem. I will give you like 2 days to think it over." Then I went home. After I came back to the office, I told them that I cannot become a full U.S. citizen. But the reason is, once you become a full U.S. citizen and you get the security clearance, then to to go from Miami to Orlando, you need permission for that. You can't go to Haiti as you want to, let alone live in Haiti.
Yeah, I have military friends who tell me they are not allowed to go to Haiti, and they've
Yeah,
asked and they don't let them because of the different reasons they get. But yeah,
yeah. I said to myself that would be a huge blow for me, because my dream was to go back to my country in Haiti. Then
But to be clear, do you mean you are a resident
in US,
and yeah, U.S. resident? You became
no,
a U.S. resident to be
I'm,
part of the
I'm a
army,
US
and
citizen.
then
I'm a US citizen. But the
okay,
thing is, I have a dual citizenship.
oh, okay, so you would have to renounce the. Okay, I see what
I
you're
would
saying.
have.
Okay,
They asked me
yeah,
to renounce to
okay, Haitian citizenship. I
Haitian
understand.
citizenship,
I understand. Yeah, yeah.
to denounce.
Okay, yeah,
Then I told them I can't do that.
gotcha.
So
hmm
they told me that's okay. We're not gonna force you to become a full U.S. citizen. We're not gonna force you to do that in order to stay in the military. However, we're gonna have to kick you out of the Navy.
Hmm.
I said, okay, no problem. Then it was like a matter of minutes.
You're out.
They
How long were you? How
kicked
long were you
me.
in the Navy before? 2 years, 3 years? How long were you in the Navy
Well,
before?
I signed a contract for 8 years,
8 years.
but it was like almost 5 years.
Okay, 5 years
Then
in the
they
Navy, and they kicked
kicked
you out
me.
because you didn't want to get, you don't want to be renounce your Haitian citizenship. Wow.
Listen, they kicked me automatically out of the Navy, and they cut out my GI Bill, my
All your
health
benefits are
insurance,
gone.
my
Wow.
health insurance, and everything. Then I signed the papers. then I was no longer in the Navy. That's all. But fortunately, they gave me a general discharge. Okay, they give me a general discharge. It's not bad, but I can live with that.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, after a few months, then I decided to go back to Haiti in 2007. So when I arrived in Haiti in 2007, but back in my, in fact, I always wanted to go back to Haiti, and the reason why is because in Haiti, I think I can be more useful in Haiti than in the United States. And as a matter of fact, I'm more useful in Haiti now than I would have been in the United States. Then when I got down in Haiti, that was in 2007, the country was not like it is today, okay? And the country was like livable a little bit. But today, things have become worse.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody would have imagined what is going on in Haiti today.
And we're going to talk about that, and I was going to talk about how you've still been able to navigate that and get content out. So you were born in Haiti. Where were you born?
I was born in Gonaïve, but
Gonaïve.
I was raised in a village called Corridon.
Corridor.
Okay?
Okay.
Located between Gonaïve and Anse.
Right.
This is where I was raised, and after my studies, my high school, not even high school, after my elementary school, I went to Port-au-Prince for my high school.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I do all my graduate upper studies in US.
Okay. How did that happen? Did your family move there? Did you applied for schools
in the US?
College? In college, did you apply? How did that work?
Before I came to the US, I was a journalist in Haiti.
Okay.
And I don't know if you know about that. In 2004, there was a lot of violence in the country, and that was exactly the same thing. I can't say it was worse, but there was a lot of violence in the country. And when I came here in US, I applied for asylum. Then it took me 4 years to get approved.
Okay.
And a month after I got approved, I joined the military.
Okay. Interesting. Now, when you got here, were you in Florida, or New York? Where were you?
No, I moved to Florida. This is where
Yeah.
I had families, and after a while I get married, and then just because I got married, I was able to go to Miami-Dade College because my wife at the time worked for Miami-Dade College, and I used that privilege to go to MDC. Then after my bachelor, and I joined the military. While in the military, I pursued a master's degree. After the military, I did another master's in Northeastern University in Boston. I don't know if people know about that university.
Nice. Now, did you always know what you want? Did you always know you're going to be in media, or was another goal? How did you?
Oh, the thing is,
come in media.
Since I was in Haiti, I was a journalist in Haiti.
Journalist, okay.
Yeah, in Haiti. When I left Haiti, I had,
which is why you probably had to apply for asylum, because journalism can be pretty dangerous in Haiti.
Yeah,
no matter what the period.
When I was in Haiti, I used to work for several media.
Yeah, okay.
I was work for several media, and I had like 10 years of career in Haiti. But when I came to USC, I thought I was gonna continue this path, the journalism path. But there were so many barriers, so I had to change my direction. Yeah.
Interesting. What was your first exposition with media? Like, what was the first project? What do you remember as your first, first contracted job, for example? Like, because journalism to me, it's not too far of a difference. Usually a journalist is either writing or is in front of the camera, but how did you transition to be behind the camera and creating different content? And walk us through your career behind the camera.
I was in radio first.
Mm-hmm.
I did radio first, but then
As a host, as
a friend of mine, when I was on the radio, there was a TV station in Haiti called Telemax.
Mm.
You know, very popular TV back then. And I remember in 2003, my good friend Clarence Renoir, he was called to manage the radio, the TV station. Then he called me to be part of the team at the time, and that's when I started to like cameras and to be on TV and stuff like that. Yeah.
If you don't mind sharing, like where are the different places you've worked as in media? I know one has been, I don't know if you want to mention on TV, I don't know if you mentioned, but like where else have you, specialized?
I started in 2007 and 1997. I started in 1997. I was in high school at the time, because this is something I always love, and I always like to be a radio host. And 2000, in 2000, no, not in 2000, in 1997, then I started. I started to be a radio host, and then after that radio station became later on Radio 1. Okay, then I worked for Magic Stereo. Then I worked for Signal FM, Telemax. Yeah.
Okay, so you really worked with a lot of the big brands in Haiti.
Yeah.
Doing what media, like doing the background, the camera work, the editing.
No.
Specific?
No, I wasn't doing that.
Okay, you're a host or a journalist.
Yeah, I was a host.
So what was that first project? Behind the camera, and why did you fall in love with it? To the point where you are now. Like, tell us about that first project behind the camera.
Behind the camera.
Mm-hmm.
After I left Haiti, then came to Miami, and I had some friends, and we wanted to create a company, audiovisual company that do, media works. Then we had no competency. We had no. We needed somebody to do the work, to do the editing, to do stuff like that, and we could not afford, because we were really a young company. We couldn't have money to pay for that, and then I decided to learn. I decided to learn how to edit or to film and stuff like that, and that's how I went to YouTube and then learned how to edit or to film, and that's it. And later on, when I went to Northeastern University, I took some classes and filmmaking.
Now I remember you told me you even took a Nas Daily course as well when it first came out. Did that really help you? You feel like, or
that was like 2 years ago.
Okay.
This was on January 3rd, 2019. My brother Daniel Jean-Louis.
Mm-hmm. We had him on. He's Trade Not Aid, by the way. Shout out to Daniel Jean-Louis.
Yeah.
He's been on the program. Mm-hmm.
He handed me out something as gift. I told him, what was that? He told me something that you would need. And when I opened it, it was like a master course offered at the time by Nas Daily, and I told them, thank you. Then I signed up for the classes, for the courses, and then it was a master class and editing and storytelling. So the duration of the courses was like about 2 months. And that was one of the best things that ever happened to me. Ever since those courses, I knew how to create better. I knew how to create better because I knew how to edit. As a matter of fact, I helped so many students that were taking the classes and editing and stuff like that. But storytelling, that was another level. Storytelling, that was another level. And the first thing that I learned with them is a video without storytelling is almost trash. It's almost a piece of trash. And since after the courses, I can tell you, man, you could see the difference.
Yeah, I certainly can. I as a fan of Nas Daily, and then seeing our stories told with the quality that you do. Let me ask, you do it in Creole.
Yes,
It's not French. It's not English. It's Creole.
Yeah.
I know. At some point you had to think about it. I said, Abed, que langage ma fele? Que langage mon fele? Right? You had to ask yourself that question. Ultimately, tell me about why Creole.
First of all, I mainly do it for the Haitian people, the Haitian who live in Haiti, and Haitian who live in the diaspora too. And it's for me, it's for them to let them know the country is not just Port-au-Prince, and to let them know that we have resources and we can move the country forward. And that's the idea. And in order for them to get the message, I had to do it in native language, the Creole. And I thought about doing subtitle for the native for the native English speakers.
Yeah, for everyone else.
But the message is primarily for Haitian people. Whether they live in Haiti or they live in the diaspora, that's the message. And let me say it again. The message is to let the people know that Haiti is not finished. We have a lot of resources. We're not that poor as people may think we are, but it's because we have a leadership problem. We have a leadership problem. The country is not just Port-au-Prince. And through my videos, through my work, people can see that. So the resources, most of the resources, they are on the countryside, and we need good leaders in order for the country to move forward. But before we can find good leaders to move the country forward, the people, they need to know that. They need to know we are a good country, and we are going through political crisis, and that affect the country, that affect us deeply, but the country is not that poor. We can move forward with our resources.
And that's one thing I appreciate most of your content is the fact that you focus on the provinces, you focus outside of Port-au-Prince, the rest of the country. And even myself, I can tell you, I enjoy the most doing content outside of Port-au-Prince. In fact, that's why I'm so excited about the hAITI series that's coming up here. Anything that takes me outside of
You'll be in hAITI this week?
This week I'll be in hAITI doing.
I may be in hAITI too. Where I may not be in the city and the hAITI per se, but I will be in the area. There is somewhere in the north that people are searching for gold. This is where I'm going to be.
Yeah, listen, we're gonna have to talk offline.
I need to report that.
It might be a collab. Might be a collab. Might be an opportunity to do a collaboration episode.
Yeah, most people don't know about that.
Yeah,
people are searching for gold, like in Africa.
Yeah, there's lots of gold right in Haiti. Yeah,
there is that in Haiti.
Yeah, no, we're gonna talk offline on that. If we can do a collab while we're there together, we go to this place together, do a collab. That'll be great.
Definitely.
But yeah, as I was saying, like that's one thing I love about your content is the undeo. First off,
I mean, I can tell you this is what the best life, the best Haitian life is.
Yes.
For me.
Yeah.
Not for everyone, but for me, this is where the best Haitian life is. And when you go to the countryside, how people receive you, the welcome you have is just special sometimes. Not all the times, but sometimes, most of the times, it's special.
The first question I'm sure a lot of people have for you is, Abed, how are you doing? How are you traveling the country right now in the security state that it's in? You know, how are you doing it? Do you feel safe when you're doing it? Like, break that aspect. That's a question a lot of people have. And I know most of the time people ask me, Chris, when did you shoot this? Did you shoot this last year? Like, no, I shot this, yesterday,
I have to tell people are watching now. I'm in Boca Raton now. I'm in the USA. I came just last week, and I'm gonna go back to Haiti like next week. That you have to know. And I take the plane. I go by plane mostly. When I go to the south, I go by plane. Some of my staff, they go by like by bus, and I take the equipment with me by plane and stuff like that. And yeah, but it's not easy. Sometimes we take the risk, and most of the time we take the risk because living in Haiti right now, it's a risk.
Naturally risky. Yeah,
it's a risk. Living in Haiti, it's just a risk.
But I know once you get to the countryside,
safe, yeah. I forgot to tell you. I mean, the problem of insecurity is in Port-au-Prince.
Yeah.
Once you leave Port-au-Prince, all your problems. you don't have that problem of insecurity once you leave Port-au-Prince. The problem, the nightmare, is Port-au-Prince.
Right.
And that's why I thought yesterday, how come we don't have an international airport in the south?
Yeah. Okay.
Once we have an international airport in the south,
yeah,
I'm telling you, Port-au-Prince is going to be isolated.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the diaspora, people who live in the diaspora who are from south will not touch Port-au-Prince.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
Just like right now, people flying to OCOP by preference.
Yeah, a lot of people
agree with you.
Yeah.
And it's not too far, by the way. It only has a few hundred meters to go or something like that before the runway is long enough for international planes. It's really close. I know Jovenel was working on that, but we're almost there.
No, it's about 25 minutes.
Yeah.
To go to Okai, it takes only 25 minutes.
Of the places you shot so far, what has been your favorite? What's been your favorite, let me put it differently. What has been your most memorable experience on Dayo shooting?
But let me tell you, every single location I shoot is special to me. It's not because I'm not trying to answer your question. It's because every single place I go to is special to me. I have a different experience. And yeah, Chris, I can tell you, man, I've been living the good life in Haiti. Yeah.
We see you. We know you are.
Risk. There is risk. But honestly, man, I can't spend even like 22 days in the US now.
Yeah.
So all of my activities are in Haiti. I'm telling you, man. And you know what I'm talking.
Yeah, I do. I agree. That's why I'm always looking to get back. Tell us about the infrastructure you have for your media. Like, how many team members do you have? Do you have someone who scouts locations for you? And then when it comes time to edit, is it just you, or do you have assistant editors? Tell us about your infrastructure.
Yeah, as of September, we're going to take another level. So all the things that we were doing, we were warming up. So as of September, I'm gonna double my production. And to double my production, I need to have more team members. and stuff like that. But I was doing everything.
Mm.
I was doing everything. What happened is I have a company that do production for NGOs and stuff like that, and I have about 4 to 5 employees. Then I have another team for my platform. They go to the countryside. They travel with me, and sometime I work with people that are on the ground. So
that's great, man. You've been. I mean, for a while I was doing all the editing, and then I realized with all my other activities, it was tough to hold on to.
this
That's
is
why I was able to
a
become
lot
a director.
of work.
Yeah.
A lot of work. Some of the videos that you have to the full report, the videos that comes with storytelling and stuff like that, they take times,
Well, how long does it take from the moment you shoot until you can get it published on Facebook and YouTube? How long does it take? Is it 48 hours, 72 hours? How many hours?
I
You
might take
estimate usually?
24 to 48 hours.
That's pretty. That's
Because I
pretty
should,
good.
then I know the stories.
You know the story already. That's how. Yeah, that's
It
exactly.
takes 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah.
But as of September, I will shoot specifically stuff for things for Facebook and specifically things for YouTube. Because what happened is content for the Facebook contents are more how would I say that? And needs more work,
For Facebook needs more work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about too. I don't know. One of the first questions folks usually ask after that is when they usually ask me is, Chris, how are you supporting what you do? Like, the revenue side, right? Is it sponsors? Is it only YouTube like AdSense? Is it Facebook giving you money? Like, how is the revenue side structure? Because that's one thing folks are interested in knowing. So that, that may encourage them to start producing content. Tell us about that.
Even if people don't ask you for that question, and the mind
they're thinking,
because especially for my content, I produce, I can say, high quality content with good quality drone shots and stuff like that, and people always want to know where I find money, where I find finance to do that. And I remember once I said I posted something. I said every single video of mine, every single video I posted cost me about $2,000, from $3,000 to $5,000, and that's true. Every single videos. I'm not talking about the fast break videos. The fast breaks are videos that I just post without editing and stuff like that. But my mini documentaries, they cost from $3,000 to $5,000. But to answer your question is, I finance my trips. All I do, and I have no sponsors, and I have nothing. But the thing is, remember, I have a company that just does that. Okay, I use the equipment of my company to do what I do, and the results, and I'm kind of satisfied with the results now, and I'm at a point where my production, especially on Facebook, can help itself.
Okay, so the Facebook revenue from ads is at least covering the basic costs of your production, at the very least.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
In business, when I tell you break even.
yeah, that's good. And no, listen, I certainly hope it continues to grow. I mean, that's a great place to be.
But
even for me,
there are challenges. The challenges, especially when you live in Haiti, you're not able to monetize your platform, especially if you're in Haiti. You have to find a way. But me, what I do, or the fact that I come in the US like once a month or one time every 2 months, Facebook allows me to monetize. You know, when you go overseas for Facebook, you don't live overseas.
Yeah.
You know, when you go overseas for Facebook, you don't live overseas. Okay, that's exactly what happened with me. So when I am in the US now, and when I go back to Haiti, they will allow me to continue monetizing. You know, but if I spend like 2 months in Haiti, I don't come back to US, they're gonna cut it off. Yeah.
And that's the problem. I certainly, if there's going to be more native Natsif who are producing content, that's what we need. We need more Haitian Natsifs who are telling their stories from their perspective. You know, certainly, you know, that there needs to be a change in that. So even, you know, those in Haiti, only in Haiti, can make some ad revenue and AdSense, because, you know, that's what allows you. Look at all these big YouTubers. You know, now they're making a lot of money.
Yeah, there are two
they're
things.
producing a lot of content because of it.
There are two interesting things, I think. First of all, I think that we need to tell our stories. Nobody else or a stranger can tell our story better than us. We need to tell our story. That one thing. And the second thing, I think, by telling our stories, we will be able to make money. You know, we'll be able to get money in, especially US money, you know, and especially at this time, at this point in time, we have a problem of the devaluation of our national currency. That would help a lot. That would help a lot. But unfortunately, Facebook does not allow Haiti, to be specific, Haiti to monetize. If you want to do that, you have to be outside of the country. If you want to monetize from Haiti, somebody else and DR and USA have to manage your page, send the content over, and they post it.
Basically what Abed's saying is, you know, you have to have a US or outside bank account. So the money can be received and then send it to someone if you're a purely in Haiti producer of content.
I'm talking for Facebook.
Yeah, for Facebook. YouTube's the same too. YouTube's the same.
No, I mean, YouTube started to do it another way for Haiti.
Oh yeah.
Some people, I have a few people who receive their money from via SeeJeanty and stuff like that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear about that when I started. It wasn't 5 years ago. It wasn't. There's no. You had to have a U.S. bank account. Now you're saying
there are a lot of procedures. The process is long.
Okay.
Yeah.
Long and complicated still. Okay, but at least there is an option. That's encouraging. That's encouraging though. Okay. What advice would you give, Abed, to a young Haitian who wants to be in media? What advice would you give them? Maybe two versions, one for the Haitian Native, one for the Haitian diaspora. What advice would you give?
Media, when you say in media, to become a YouTuber or stuff?
You know what? That's a great question. You know what? Let's say social media. Like, what advice would you give? I think you already gave it. Be a storyteller, right? But is there any other advice that you'd give someone trying to get into social media?
I think that's the best thing, and that's the best decision someone can make now at this time, to take advantage to create content for social media. One of the best decisions. And as a matter of fact, I'm thinking about how I can share, my knowledge with young people in Haiti so they can create and make money and live, on it. And I think this is one of the best decisions, but they need to take the time to learn, to learn how to become a creator and what to create and what to tell to Haitian and what to tell to the strangers, non-Haitian. And we need more Haitian American. When I said Haitian American, they speak English well, not like me.
Speak well. Stop that a bit. Stop that.
Listen. No. I have to get it straight. We need more Haitian American that are able to speak great English, to tell our stories. But they need to learn the story of Haiti first. And we really need that. And I think we can change the narrative that Haiti is as the poorest country on the world. I'm not saying that Haiti is not poor, but we're not that. We're not the
rich in many different ways, right? I agree.
We're not the poorest country. So I think the Haitian American, the young Haitian American, they need to cheapen. They need to, to do that.
I agree. Now, certainly, I never hide that, things are challenging in Haiti. But specifically too, as relates to being in media, what are the unique aspects that make doing media and social media challenging in Haiti? And I know, for example, us trying to do this live show in Haiti, or you were in Haiti, was challenging. I know getting good internet. So, for example, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with the internet situation? Do you wait till you're in America to upload your content, or
No,
do you just upload?
But these are the challenges in Haiti. The challenges are the internet. The first challenge you have is the insecurity. How to live in Haiti without not being hurt. And second of all is electricity, as internet. Is another thing as well is professionalism from the young Haitian. This is a big problem, Chris. I'm telling you, man. I've been living in Haiti since I went back for almost 5 years. And since then, I've been collaborating with some young people that need to be taught about responsibility, about basic leadership skills, and stuff like that. So mainly, we have to deal with lack of electricity.
Specifically the internet. Specifically to that, what do you have a little access hAITI, Natcom? Like, how do you? Because I know you're uploading even when you're in Haiti, right? So, what do you wait till you're back in your studio in Port-au-Prince, or how do you? When do you upload? How do you upload?
Yeah, in my office in Port-au-Prince, we have like a Natcom fiber optic connection.
Yeah,
that works really well.
Okay.
And when I'm on the countryside, I upload from my phone internet.
Okay.
But I don't upload that much.
Oh, good news, Abed. Starlink
I don't really do live videos.
Like I say, Starlink is coming. There's been on Twitter.
I heard. I'm gonna wait and see.
That's gonna help a lot, when it comes.
I'm gonna wait and see. Yeah,
being able to do different things. And I guess really just to kind of sort of start wrapping it up. I guess really I would like to know, where do you see Abed Jail Universe in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years? Where do you see this going, Abed? Tell us.
In 10 years, I will be a big deal.
That's right.
I'm telling you, people were watching. In 10 years, I'm laying down my foundation to be a mogul, a social media mogul. That's what I'm doing. That's what exactly I'm doing. And I want to develop big influence. Millions of followers, like having a well-structured media platform and stuff like that. And one of the dreams that I have is to have a media that covers all the Haitian diaspora, all of what they do, tell the stories, report on their activities and stuff like that. We don't have that right now.
We don't.
We need a Univision, Haitian Univision.
Yeah. Totally agree with you.
Yeah, we need that. And Chris, let me tell you, and the only way that we're gonna have that, it's an investing in human resource. You know, you can have as many as equipment that you have, but if you don't have like human resource, you won't be able to achieve your goals. You won't be able to do success, give us success.
No, I love that vision, and it's a vision you certainly. You know, people ask me, where do you see SeeJeanty Media? For sure, the big thing I see is a studio. I see SeeJeanty Media Studios producing content, you know, in different levels, right? But there also is that other side too of, you know, where Haitians, Haiti is worldwide and Haitians are worldwide, and there also is an element where taking it to the diaspora. You know, for example, I'm here in South Florida, a lot of Haitian businesses. I frequent them a lot. And they need exposure, they need discussion, they need, you know, the same level of highlighting we're doing Haitian business in Haiti. So I'm with you, and I think, I bet certainly there might be some intersection for you and I, certainly to work together as you grow your mogul empire. I'll
Chris,
plug in.
One thing I have to mention, is all the time people ask me, how can I support you? You know, how can I support you? And one thing is, I never ask for money on my stuff. This is not a bad thing for people who ask for money. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I always look for investment. Not only I always look for investment, and when people ask how I can support you, if you want to give me the money, that's fine. If you want to invest, that's better. But if you share, if you comment, if you like, I can make my money myself. I can make the money myself. But guess what? And for people who do social media videos and stuff like that, who ask for money, but put in your mind, by asking for money, if you are able to monetize your content, you know, and a matter of and like the money you're asking for, you can make it. You know, that's the same thing I need for the country. For my country, we don't need like charity, but we need investment. And the best way you can help somebody is by investing. You know, we have ideas, but let's turn the ideas into investment and to big projects, and we can make money. If you give someone $5 or $10 today, every day you give the person $10 to eat, you know, and that person is going to be dependent,
always hungry, always waiting for more.
And dependent. But if you teach the person how to make $10, you know, the person will become independent. And that's it.
Yeah, I agree. One thing that's been great in this journey has been just knowing the inherent richness, that the value you're giving as you're producing content. It certainly comes back, and it comes back. I like when it comes back the most to the people that I'm doing the media with. For example, to this day, I love the story where Canal du Sud. We went to we went to St. Louis du Sud. St. Louis du Sud. They were doing a canal there. They were doing a canal there, and literally, you know, we did a great episode, and the point of the episode was to try to get additional a few dollars of funds for this incredible project, infrastructure project, and literally, you know, within a few weeks of when we aired the episode, we raised over $100,000 for this project. I'm like, wow. And when I asked, was it really my audience that did that? And he goes, yeah, man, listen, we did the episode. So many folks came from your audience, and then I was able to share that video to other people within my network, and it was all because of your video. Your video showed, you know, what we're working for and the impact and everything. I'm like, wow. That's when I realized, Abed, there's real power here. There's real power in showing what's possible, because there is a avalanche of impact that
Definitely.
Haitians everywhere in the country, outside the country, they want to be a part of it, but they haven't seen the opportunities yet.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm so happy to be
Chris,
part of what I'm doing.
One thing is my platform and what we do, and we are like a bridge, you know, connect young people, young entrepreneurs, Haitian entrepreneurs in Haiti with the diaspora, with investors. That's what we do. And every single video of mine, every single video, I'm not talking about the Facebook videos that I post, but the videos that I post with a narration, with a story and stuff like that, the results that come out of them is it's good. And I remember there was a guy who produced castor oil. Okay, this young man invited me to Jérémy, and I went down to Jérémy, and I was able to spend a really good time in Jérémy thanks to his family. And I can tell you, man, after I posted this video, man, great things happened. He was able to find new investor, and I have a lot of stories just like that. This is the power of social media, the power of communication, and I think I will continue to be that bridge, to connect young Haitian and Haiti with the investors, with the diaspora.
I love it. Last question I want to ask, Abed, is, so what other type of content are you looking to produce? Because I know you mentioned the gold, I know provinces, but what else? What other ideas that are coming that you can give us a little preview, a little snapshot?
Yeah, let me tell you, the fact that I produce on national production, I have no limits, because everything in Haiti is national production. Everything that we produce in Haiti, I can make a video on it. So I think I'm gonna continue to produce on the islands, because we have a lot of islands.
Yeah, I love those episodes, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna do. We're gonna produce for a camp. I'm gonna do a camp, the platform. We're going to do a camp before I think at the end of August. We're gonna have like 15 people living in the camp for 3 days.
Wow. Okay.
So the idea is to help people discover Haiti or stuff like that, to let them visit the country and to see the countryside, to see the country. And another type of content I will produce is, it's like a reality show. Is taking an artist, every artist is from somewhere in the countryside. Let's say that SeeJeanty is from Jacmel. I'm going to take Tijo, and he's going to show me where he comes from in Jacmel.
That'll be cool.
He was raised in Jacmel.
So guess what? When it comes time for Guanaive, let me do you. Let me take you to Guanaive, and you could show us where you live. Sounds good?
Crazy about it. And if you take Wichel, if you take any artist, they comes from somewhere in the countryside. Yeah. You take the artists, and it's a way to do local tourism. It's one of the best way to do local tourism. And yeah,
I love it. I can't wait to see those episodes. I can't wait to see them. And so listen, I know we've been at it for about an hour here. It's been extraordinary to have you part of the program. Finally, we're able to complete the episode. I know a lot of folks were waiting. When is a bed come? When are you going to that a bed conversation going to happen? We've had it. I bet I can tell you, man, keep going, keep doing the work you're doing. It's needed. Pile respect que nous fait dans le langage nous, parce que vous toujours critiquer, c'est que pourquoi soit fait ça pour. Elle me dit bon, on a fait pour tout le monde. C'est pas celle créole là qui me garde en ligne de communication, mais parce qu'on fait dans le créole, elle me dire partir ça dans le créole avec et moi maintenant pile, elle penser la influence une génération haïtienne native en plus pour que il y a pile bail dans pays qui même pas connaît même là yo grandi dans pays yo pas connaît la ouvert connaissance là fini vraiment penser là il y a un changement qui a venu et par rapport ça va faire qui vraiment influencer plus loin que ça m'a influencé parce que la généré en dans pays même so et rester la frame
I think we need various nos besoin plusieurs créateurs monde qui parle créole monde qui parle anglais etc. We need that. So I'm sure qu'on y a ma parole là et vidéo mieux gen côté yo pas arrivé gen monde qui pas attendre yo mais pour yo qui attendre yo. You know, you have a specific audience that you need to keep on producing for that audience. You know, and for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtitle my production, in English, so I can
capture a wider net.
Yeah, I can widen my audience. That's what I do. But honestly, I think you touch a lot of people. You touch the world. Yeah, you touch a lot of people. So you have to keep on doing the same thing, but at the same time, you need to keep on improving your Creole.
That's right. Yeah, I'm going ça. Mais bon, mais il va salder, hein? Comme en 2017, ça me dit par rapport à ça mieux aujourd'hui. C'est pas même pas aller. Faut comme ça. Faut comme ça, Abed. Faut comme ça.
A sentence. I think you comment on the fact that you live in the country. You know, I think you go on the countryside more often, and you live in the country, and you're gonna be fluent.
Absolutely.
And it's coming. I think it's coming.
In the meantime, I will hide behind.
For me, the fact that when I went back to Haiti, like in 2017, then after a month, I went back to US, and I spent almost 4 years in Haiti, never come to US. I spent almost 4 years in Haiti, never come to US. But I realized that it's not a good thing. But honestly, I have a base in the US. I have a kid in the US, and most of my how can I say that? My things are in the US. So, and I need to come more often, connect and do stuff like that. And, yeah.
Well, Abed, keep it going. I will continue to subscribe. I will continue to have my notifications on for your videos. Guys, if you have been watching and you haven't seen Abed's work yet, change that by going, his primary vehicle right now is Facebook, facebook.com, Abed JL Universe. You type that in, you'll find his page, you'll find the incredible work he's doing. And you subscribe there, make sure you hit your notification button and watch the incredible work he's doing. I encourage you to share those videos, right? And make sure you be part of that conversation, be part, of he's engaging a lot more, so don't be shy. I know Abed will appreciate it. And Abed, any final words? Any final words?
Chris, I'm really proud of you, man, and I'm really proud of the Haitian people. I'm really proud of the Haitian American. I'm really proud of the diaspora. I can tell you, man, the diaspora support me a lot, and I consider myself as a diaspora too, But the diaspora stand behind me. They support me a lot, and I'm really proud of that, of them. And I'm proud of the Haitian and Haiti. Change takes time. What we do and the result, we may not see the results today, but tomorrow we're gonna start seeing the results. So we're gonna keep on doing what we've been doing for like a few years now. So the results, and in the next 5, 10 years, we're gonna see it. And I can tell you, man, back 3 years later, this is not how people saw Haiti, and people start seeing Haiti another way, a better way, and thanks to what we do. So we have a good reason to continue on doing what we do, man. And I commend you and force, man. And yeah.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. And likewise, keep pushing. And I can't wait for this to the fact that I'm watching your journey from where it began to where it's going. So thank you, Abed, for your time this evening. I appreciate it.
I'll see you.
And
I'll see you in Cap Haitian, man.
yes, we're gonna connect. I'll hit you up. Let's try to get this gold mine episode online.
And I have one last thing to say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If educated people don't do what they're supposed to, uneducated people will do
Mm-hmm.
what you were supposed to,
Mm-hmm.
and not the way you wanted to.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I agree.
So I encourage people to say content creation as a way to change the narrative, as a way to teach people our story, but also as a way to make money.
I love it. I love it.
All right.
And that will be Abed's final words. Thank you so much, Abed. Have a great night.
You too.
You'll be back at it again when you're back at it again, I'm sure.
Thank you, man, and have a good one. Have a good one.
Good night, Abed. Ciao. Take care. That was Abed, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic interview. I'm really happy we were a part of it. As you can see, again, please go to his page, facebook.com, Abed JL Universe. Go subscribe, go follow, be a part of that journey that we've been blessed to so far see and witness. It's been fantastic to see his growth and his progression. I'm really glad we were able to finally get that episode and that interview. I promised you it was going to be a very insightful, very informative, and it certainly was. So thank you guys, the real MVPs, for being on this for over an hour 17, being part of this interview and watching. You know, it's one thing to talk and have a conversation. That's easy, but to listen and take back and try to really take it in, hats off to you guys. As always, guys, we're, YouTube SeeJeanty is what we're about. We're about providing a different narrative, deeper conversations, a more expansive look at what's happening in Haiti and the influencers that are impacting positively. We don't, like Vice News. We're not Vice News. Are looking for gangsters to interview. We're looking for those who are impacting positively. Change makers is the term I use. Real change makers. That's who we give platforms here. That's who we give voices to. That's who we want to amplify through SeeJeanty Media, because through amplifying their voices, Haiti's going to move from where it is now to where it needs to be. And so for everyone who's maybe the first time watching, please make it a point, subscribe, hit that big red button. If you're watching on Instagram and you're not following on YouTube specifically, please go to SeeJeanty, SeeJeanty, and follow. There's a lot of content for you there if you haven't watched it yet. And we'll keep on dropping them. We'll keep on dropping episodes. We got, as I mentioned during the interview, we have hAITI upcoming. There's going to be some incredible episodes upcoming for that. I'm really excited. And so you guys, please make sure you're subscribed for what's coming, next. And that's it. That's what we do here. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me this Sunday evening. It's been an absolute blast. Now I got to get out of here. Take care, guys. Have a great evening. And we'll be back at it again. We're back at it again. Peace.